It's totally too much sometimes, yeah. I mean, for the first 6 months of the year, it was 90-hour weeks, 70 on the farm, 20 with my off-farm job, and that's not like cooking, cleaning, spending time with my kid, my wife. I wouldn't want to keep that up forever, but it's startup, and startup's just crazy. And so I love it, and even on those days where it's stressful, you got to stick it out. You're gonna have to work really hard for a really long time, for really little money, and you may not even make it. But if you really want it, and it's something you want with your life, then you're just gonna have to commit. Some things are more complicated than others, obviously, but it's this huge, complex mix of everything you have to be doing, and it spoke to all the different things I was looking for in a job. I could be a part of life cycles of plants and animals. I could still have a relationship with people. There's still opportunities to do education, and you're growing food. Going to school, getting an education, that's all gonna be really helpful, but you just need to be farming. You need to start farming with someone and start learning and working. I mean, I think it's important for a whole variety of reasons. I mean, one, just from a very personal perspective, like, people have to eat every single day. But you could also appreciate it every day, and it could be more meaningful than just, okay, fuel in the machine. It could be this part of how you connect with your life and with the world around you. It's almost a luxury to be able to appreciate that, but I think anyone could appreciate it. Everyone has to eat, and everyone has to be a part of it. So I think it's something that be able to be more connected to not only where your food comes from, but how it's connected to this bigger landscape you live in and your community of people. And it ends up being, I don't know, like a positive feedback loop. Like more and more better things just keep becoming a part of it. I was working in New Orleans. I was teaching, and I liked teaching. I was doing environmental ed, and I had spent a lot of time before that doing outdoor work. I'd done trail work. I liked all those different jobs, but I wanted to put a bunch of it together, and I was also hoping to produce something through my work that was just what felt like a needed thing. To me, when just the idea of farming kind of came up, there wasn't a thing. It wasn't like I read this book or I met this person. It was really once I tried it, and that first apprenticeship where you're working long hours and you're working outside, it's really physical, and that just felt like that made sense to me. I had this plan. I'd been working for it for a long time. It was a whole process of, I think, years of working on more farms, starting to manage on farms, wanting to care for a place, but I'd never done it. So now we're starting to collect money from people who are paying on this commitment that I'm planning to uphold, but we hadn't gotten out into the field yet. Everything was on paper and in spreadsheets, and part of the plan was there, but it wasn't in place yet. So that was stressful to be like, okay, now it's serious. People are relying on me to come through, and I've put it out there that I'm going to. And it took almost 5 years, but it was 2015 that we got here, and so we've been here working since. And my brother reminded me too, he had asked me, he's like, you know, you're kind of living this dream you had planned out, and you're doing it. As hard as you're working, and whether it works or not in the long run, it's like, at least right now, things are on course. They're working the way they're supposed to work. It's a lot of work, but it's good work. I mean, because in some ways the best part is the whole thing. But I guess for this first year, the best part has probably been, we had our first pickup where the members came to the farm, got their first share, and we had all this food set up in the farm store, and they came and we had flowers up and just had made things look nice, and people were just so excited. We had coffee out, we'd made coffee and we had all these miscellaneous mugs that don't match up, and people were pouring cups of coffee and walking around the farm and taking it all in and asking questions and psyched about their food. And to have had a dream that took, 10 years of farming and working towards it, but 5 years of really dedicated planning and effort and searching, and to see it, to see people here being a part of it and to have it be real was, so far, that's been probably one of the most special things. I'd say daily, I get at least something. I pause for a moment and I take a breath and I just see something on the farm that I'm just so glad to be here and working. And I find that I am often rewarded by chores, but I very rarely anticipate that. But you walk out and a firefly flickers in front of your face and you look out and your field is just filled with lightning bugs going crazy. And it is so beautiful. And you get that all the time on farms. I like being here. I like my life. I don't just work hard, I also work hard in a place that I think is beautiful. So it's a lot of hard work on my end, but it's also some work from our members end. They make a commitment to us just like we make one to them, to having them actually come and be a part of getting their food and seeing the farm and being there for the whole year is sort of the way we're trying to enliven or bring back that idea of being a community supporting a farm and being a part of the farm.